Our second digital homicide game, which I didn't actually advertise this one, but I might as well since I bought the fucker. Oh. Oh, okay, so my taskbar shows on the game. Because that's not fucking shit. So I am now going to have to edit out the fucking taskbar and lose like that much of the screen. I'd say that's about 5% of the screen. Thanks, Romine Brothers. Your games are not absolute shit, I promise you. They're just alt good. Oh, here we go. Oh my god. I heard that this game controls poorly, and I'm always like, no, it can't do. So, the premise of this game... Sorry, once you get past the fact that the controls are just fucking dreadful. Seriously, it's like you're on ice under the water. So you're this new child who's been told by his parents that he has to go to bed, and his immediate response to that is to just destroy everything in his house. It's kind of funny because this game is almost, I'd say, a microcosm of Digital Homicide as a company. They destroyed all their own shit the second that someone said something to them that they didn't like, and then dedicated absolutely fucking years to making sure that was more and more the case instead of making their games. I mean, some of these games are just like fucking dire, like Slaughtering Grounds, as you can see. Oh my god, this game. I've seen enough playthroughs of this to know where everything is. I mean, I think it's semi-randomised from what I could tell. Well, that might be a different game. What is he doing? Is that some sort of sexual gesture? Okay, so this is, like, I think this one's Grandma's house, so we've got to destroy Grandma's house. She's been working since 1937 to, save up to build this nice house. And unfortunately, her little shit's grandson... Oh no, it's crap time, as everyone calls it. By everyone, I mean Jim, because Jim's probably the only one who's played enough of it to ever get that screen. Mr. fucking Night Night and his fucking crap time. So yeah, this is like Pac-Man. If Pac-Man was worse than Hitler, then that's what this would be. Oh no, I failed. Oh, I'm so sad. Destroy your parents' house. You see, I never got to destroy Grandma's house. Oh no. I legitimately don't know how I'll go on. I never got to destroy my parents' house. Or Grandma's house. Or whatever I was in. They were going to make a Temper Tantrum 2 where the little boy was like 50 feet tall and was destroying whole cities, which I'm guessing included like actual daddy's house and shit, but from the outside, which was an interesting take on the formula. A goddamn Temper Tantrum. If I could kill him, fuck you, Mr. Night Night. Mr. Night Night. We all know Mr. Night Night from that classic horror film, The Bye Bye Man, I think it was. Oh, so when you pick up these sweets, you get to run. Okay, now I understand. Destroy your babysitter's house. Oh, it's the babysitter's house. I think the last one's Grandma. Okay, so your teenage babysitter, who is on a very, like, temperamental relationship with her parents. Or his parents. You know, it could be Freddie Prinze Jr. from Friends. But either way, your babysitter is basically getting back on track after a couple of years of sort of going off the rails. She didn't do drugs or anything like that, nothing too drastic, but she did start thinking she was better than her elders and all that, and she got into some trouble with the police. She didn't exactly get a criminal record because she was only loosely associated, so they let her off with like a brief warning, and they were like, look lady, you got to turn your life around. And she was like, yeah. And the parents were like, we'll give you one more chance, but we're not going to lie if anything bad happens. And she really wants to make it work. She wants to be a good person. And then this little shitty baby just comes in, destroys the house, and now her parents are going to blame her, and she's going to have to live on her own in some crap place in the other side of the country. So this is Grandma's house. She's been working in a steel mill since 1973. She used to pour boiling hot metal into a massive container. Try not to burn her hands. Not always successfully. But she worked every day for like 40 years. From the age of 15 to the age of like, what did I say, 40 years? So yeah, 55. Which is quite young, but she'd built up quite a lot of money. She did without for years, just so she'd have enough money to retire at quite a young age. And for the past, like... did I say a year? I can't even remember. Did I say it was like 1930 whatever? Oh, whatever. So anyway, for the last like 20 years or so, she has been living in this house. Her strawberry candy themed house. For her beautiful little munchkin child, who is now destroying it all. And she can't replace this, by the way. This literally is all her money going up in smoke. Because her brat child didn't want to go to bed. I hope this child dies. Oh, we're back to destroying your parents' house. So the parents got a mortgage the night after. And now they're going to have to work 2 jobs to replace all the furniture. So you're just going to do it again because they made you go to bed. Because you're a little shit. With some extreme case of fucking pathological demand avoidance. Is it a syndrome? I don't know. I've never heard it. They just call it pathological demand avoidance. But yeah, you've got something like that. Except even with people with pathological demand avoidance don't do this shit. Usually. Like, they might if they're horrible people, but otherwise they'll just, like, storm off and, like, lock themselves in a room or something, try to escape. Well, not here. No, this little bastard baby will destroy your entire life if you tell him something you don't like. Because he's a little psycho and he has to have control, always, of you, of your life. And if you don't like that, he'll destroy your livelihood because he's a little shit. So that's my artistic analysis of this game. Might not sound very critical or analytical, but it's the best I can do. You know, given what I'm being given. Which is absolutely shit all. This game does get harder, but that's not really like through game design being good or anything like that. That's just because the game is so shit that when it actually gets harder, it gets really hard. If that makes sense. Okay, so my goal for this charity street... Oh, fucking shit, it's crap time. I'm going to try and destroy all 3 houses twice. And that's me done. I don't know if I'll be able to do that, admittedly. It's not so easy, to be honest. I've simultaneously done a lot more than I have other years, but not as much as I wanted to. Oh no, fucked. Oh, I get one more chance. One more chance to come back and ruin my parents' lives. Whoa, I've just realised my babysitter seems to be really into her lifting. Oh well. So I made it into the top 3. Wait, what? I'm number 3 with that score. Number 1 is that score, which is 265,450. That's my score. And it's somehow 3rd. Maths. Oh, exit game means exit game. I got 13 minutes of footage out of that. Too long.